What's up, YouTube? This is Ra88ful, your new video. Good evening, comment section. That was kind of weird. Anyway, guys, so today I got a reaction for you. This is Matthew Santoro's top 50 amazing facts to blow your mind. And this is by Matthew Santoro, as I've already said. He does mostly top 10s. He's actually a really good YouTuber. You guys should check him out. Link in the description below. Alright, guys, let's check him out in 3, 2, 1, begin.
Sassy knowledge whale. Here
Oh,
are
Lord.
50 amazing facts to blow your mind. Studies from the University of North Carolina concluded that incredibly beautiful people are actually less likely to be hired for a job if they're being interviewed by someone of the same sex. They're also often very lonely because they're viewed as unapproachable and intimidating, and they're even given less care by doctors when being treated for pain. There are only 2 countries in the world whose flags do not contain either red, white, nor blue: Jamaica and Mauritania. A newborn Chinese water deer is so adorably small after birth that you could hold it in one hand. But when it grows up, they can weigh as much as 13 kilograms and sprouts fangs, making them look like a vampire deer. After mismanagement, the social news site Dig, a company that was once valued at 200...
Sorry, I have to do the reference. Trail. Sorry, I know that's an old joke, but come on, Dig, really, Diglett Dig. They must have got it from Pokemon.
$1 million was sold for a mere $500,000.
Really?
A previously crystal blue hot spring located in Yellowstone National Park is actually turning green as the result of tourists throwing good luck coins into it since 1950. It has since been dubbed Fading Glory. In Australia, torn banknotes are worth half of the proportion of the note left. So in other words, half of a $20 bill is actually $10. If you went swimming on the moon, you would be able to walk on the water's surface and jump out of water like a dolphin catching air above water. The character of Popeye is actually based on a real-life person named Frank Rocky Fiegel. He was a local tough guy in Chester, Illinois, and quite similar to the real Popeye. He had some pretty serious forearms. Alfred Binet, the original inventor of the IQ test, created the methodology to identify students who needed help. He actually deplored its use as a ranking for unitary and linear intelligence. Lifeguard Thomas Lopez from South Florida was fired after saving someone for drowning because the man he saved wasn't technically in his assigned lifeguard area. In 1975, a 17-year-old boy was killed while riding his moped. He was killed exactly 1 year after his 17-year-old brother was killed while riding the same moped, in the same intersection, by the same taxi, with the same driver carrying the same passenger.
Well, we're all thinking it. Illuminati confirmed.
Scientists from Psychology Today concluded that if a person's body odor smells good to you, it means that their immunity genes are opposite to yours. This allows higher chances for people with opposite immunity genes to mate, resulting in offspring with stronger immunity systems. Just 2% of the entire world's population is naturally blonde. Nissan uses the number 23 in car racing because the number 2 translates to ni in Japanese, and the number 3 translates to san, hence 23 translates into Nissan. Neurologists claim that every time you resist acting on your anger, you're actually rewiring your brain to be a calmer and more loving person. In 1987, Steve Rothstein bought a lifetime unlimited first-class American Airlines ticket for $250,000. He flew over 10,000 flights, costing the company $21 million. They terminated his ticket in 2008. A study conducted at Columbia University concluded that people born in the month of May have the lowest risk of illness and disease. A Florida woman named Sarah Barnes accidentally burned down a 3,500-year-old cypress tree. It was the 5th oldest in the country, and she did it because she was smoking meth under it and lit a fire so that she could see her meth better. The town of Tikrit in Iraq erected a 2-meter tall monument to the shoe that was thrown by the journalist at George W. Bush during his final visit to Iraq. Wild pigs are one of of the most destructive animals in America, causing more than $400 million in damage each year in Texas alone. They destroy crops, feast on livestock, terrorize tourists, and force other wildlife to flee their homes.
Okay, so we have evil boars. Let's see them come after me. See? I got this. Let's see those boars come after me now. Oh. Yeah, not well. But that's why you guys like watching my reactions.
Approximately 7% of all potatoes grown in the United States are turned into McDonald's fries. A bear named Wotek, which means he who enjoys war, fought in the Polish army in World War II. He carried shells to the front line and was taught to salute and even became a mascot for the soldiers. Although he developed a habit for drinking beer and smoking cigarettes, he survived the war and lived the rest of his life in the Edinburgh Zoo. There's actually a restaurant in Pittsburgh called the Conflict Kitchen, which only serves cuisine from countries that the US is in conflict with. When they started serving Palestinian food, they received death threats. Limbo Queen Shamika Charles has been training 6 hours a day since she was a teenager. She set a world record in 2010 and is now so flexible that she can actually limbo under a car. In 2015, Adidas released a shoe made entirely from ocean trash, including gill nets and beach litter. The company stated that there is no shortage of material to produce this line. When the mummified remains of Ramses II was transported in 1974, it was issued an Egyptian passport which listed his occupation as King Deceased. East St. Louis, Illinois has a higher murder rate than Honduras, the country with the highest murder rate in the world. There's a new contact lens invented by Canadian optometrist Dr. Garth Webb that could improve human vision beyond 2020. The bionic lens replaces the natural lens of the eye in a painless 8-minute procedure. It takes effect in only 10 seconds and enhances eyesight for life. One step closer to being cyborgs. In 1986, the United Way released 1.5 million balloons in Cleveland as a publicity stunt. However, it clogged the land and waterways in Northeast Ohio, shut down major airport runways, and forced the Coast Guard to suspend search and rescue for 2 men who ended up drowning. Oopsies. In addition to being fluent in English, Greek, Latin, French, German, and Spanish, Thomas Jefferson also studied Arabic. He also studied Gaelic and Welsh and remains the most multilingual president of the United States in history. Research conducted at the University of North...
Well, looks like I just found one of my new favorite presidents of the United States. He's so Irish, he's so Irish, na-na-na-na. You don't know why I'm happy? Take a look at the cap. Just literally. Come on. Come on! I'm probably gonna get hate for that.
Carolina concluded that loving someone and being loved in return makes wounds heal faster due to the release of oxytocin in the blood. Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, is part owner of the Daily Planet where Clark Kent, aka Superman, works. So essentially, Batman pays Superman's salary. In 2003, a Coca-Cola employee was fired because he was drinking Pepsi on the job. Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams hated each other when filming The Notebook. However, after finishing the film, they actually fell in love and dated for 4 years. The African Union intends on having a single continent-wide currency modeled after the euro. The most popular proposed name for the currency as of right now is the Afro. Oh my god, that is the best. In ancient Rome, women tried to dye their hair blonde with pigeon dung. In Renaissance Venice, they used horse urine. Mathematician Katherine Johnson is known as the computer back when computers wore skirts. Her obsession with counting allowed her to skip ahead in high school at only the age of 10. And in 1961, she calculated the trajectory of NASA's first trip into space and was correct. Nicolas Cage once woke up to a naked man wearing a leather jacket eating a fudgesicle in front of his bed. After that, Cage could no longer live in that house and moved to the Bahamas.
Well, that's not the strangest thing that Cage has done. Should I bring up the movie... what's that movie? Face Off? Yeah. Pretty fucked up. back to the video.
A man with a Liverpool FC tattoo with the club motto, "You'll never walk alone," had his lower leg amputated after a combat injury in Afghanistan. Unbelievably, the surgeon unknowingly cut his tattoo, so it now reads, "You'll never walk." However, in reality, luckily, the man now has a prosthetic leg and competes in marathons. In order to advertise their services, prostitutes in ancient Greece wore sandals that left the words "Follow me" imprinted in the dirt as they walked. On the evening of September 11th, 2001, hundreds of Iranian people gathered in Madar Square, Tehran, in a candlelight vigil to express sympathy and support for the American people. Meteors were initially only referred to as comets, a name given from the Latin word combs, meaning hair, and were given their name for the flowing golden tail of hair that flashed through the sky. According to studies conducted at Turkey's Ataturk University and the University of Manchester, dogs and cats are right and left pawed, just like humans are right and left-handed. In 1978, U.S. Navy ship the USS Stein seems to have been attacked by an unknown species of giant squid. Almost all cuts on the sonar dome contained remains of a sharp, curved claw that were found on the rims of the suction cups of some squid tentacles. But the claw marks were much bigger than that of any discovered squid species.
Well, I guess it's true. The Kraken exists. So, basically, we now have a Kraken. Great, that's all we need. Why couldn't it have been something nice, maybe? I don't know, something! Sorry.
Identical twins separated at birth went on to live similarly eerily lives. Both boys were named James but went by the name Jim. They both had a childhood dog named Toy. They both married twice, first to a woman named Linda and then to a woman named Betty. They both had sons named James Allen, were both sheriffs in separate Ohio counties, and both drove Chevrolets. If you could dig a hole through the earth and jump through it without dying, you would not come out the other side. You would fall down for 20 minutes until you reached the center, then technically you would be considered falling up until you made it to the opposite surface. However, if no one was there to catch you, you would fall down again over and over. Forever. Prior to the invention of rubber erasers in 1770 by Edward Nain, people would use moist bread to erase pencil marks. In fact, the invention of the eraser, which fixes mistakes, was discovered by accident by Edward thinking that he had grabbed bread. What the hell kind of bread was he eating? Henry Cavill almost missed the call for the role of Superman from Zack Snyder because he was playing World of Warcraft. A study published by the Journal of Transportation found that people are in the best mood when they are bicycling compared to any other mode of transportation. It's probably the little bell. Cling, cling. There exists a variation of soccer where 3 teams face off against each other at the same time.
Huh. And how do you keep score? Huh. Weird. That's weird. That is really weird. Huh. How do you keep score? I wonder. Whatever. Anyway, guys, so that was that was Matthew Santoro's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, because I did. I learned some stuff. I hope you guys learned some stuff. And I have a little bit of something I want to throw up to you guys. I'm going to be trying to start a little thing where I will be asking you, my viewers, a question. And in the comments below, I'd like you to answer this question. It's not hard. It's not like, what is the opposite of opposite. The question is, if something you loved, let's say video games or anime, let's say, as an example, were to just mysteriously be banned for no apparent reason, the government just said it's not allowed anymore, would you fight for it? If you were asking me, I would. Now you may think that's a little psychotic or a little strange, but when you're fighting for something that you love, you have to be a bit crazy to do it. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys... Alright, guys, so that's my question for the week, and I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Ra88ful signing off.